guys, I am just jamming out to an oldie. Don't you love this one? Love it. Another one bites the dust. Yes. So happy Tuesday, you guys. Speaking of another one bites the dust, I just finished up a little while ago with a meeting with a home inspector. I want to give a real quick shout out to the guys over at Checklist Home Inspections. You guys freaking rock. Thank you so much for everything that you do. If you agents out there are looking for a home inspector who is professional, who gets a job done, who is communicative, who's just all out awesome, these are your people. Give them a call, you guys. They're freaking awesome. I love them. They rock. So speaking of which, home inspections, what are they? Who pays for it? Why do you need it? So when you're buying a home, a lot of new home buyers don't really understand the whole process or what goes on, and they don't understand the upfront costs. When you're applying for a loan, you're looking at your down payment and your monthly payments and stuff, but you also have some upfront costs that you have to pay for, and a home inspection is one of them. Hey Randy, how are you, girlfriend? Hi. Another rock star agent right there. So the buyer has to pay for a home inspector. Now, I can refer home inspectors to the buyer, but I can't call on behalf of the buyer because my hands are tied there. That has to be a direct communication between my client and the home inspector. So they call from the date of signing the contract, we have 10 days to get that home inspection done. It's called a 10-day inspection period. So we have to have that inspector out there, inspect the property and have that inspection report done within that 10 days. So 10 days is that's a long time in my opinion. But we just signed the contract the other day and we already got the home inspection done today. And why? Because I'm on it like a bonnet and we want to get the shit done. We don't like this stuff like hanging over our heads wondering, right? So I was really glad to find out when I walked up and met the home inspector, because I'll meet him at the very tail end and just kind of go over the report with him on his laptop and all of that. I was very, very happy to know that there wasn't any major issues that he could tell on the report. So I was like, because you never know, right? I mean, and even in some of these newer homes, this was actually an older home, so it was actually it's considered pretty clean considering the age. But I've seen some newer homes with like major issues, roofing damage, whatever, on new home inspections. So keep that in mind, that just because of an age of a property, it doesn't really determine what's going to be found on the inspection report. So you just never know. So it was pretty clean. But anyway, the buyer pays for that, and it's typically, we also need to get, let me back up, we also need to get a termite inspection in addition to the home inspection. So that's usually a separate inspection, but these guys here at Checklist do both. Yay! So you don't have to get two different people out there to do it. So I think the overall cost was the home inspection and the termite inspection was like $550 if I'm not mistaken. So you guys want to take that into account when you're thinking about, hey Sheila, thanks girl, how are you? I hope you're having an awesome day today. So when you guys are thinking about buying a house and this is your first time, I just want to educate you because I really feel the more you know, the better prepared you are. And you want to have your little toolbox filled with as many tools as possible so there's no big surprises. You know what's next, you know what to handle, you know what you have to pay for. So now that we've had the inspection, we're going to ask the sellers to either repair or replace certain items that they found on the inspection. What those are yet, I don't know. So I'm still talking to my clients and we're gonna go over that together. I was gonna make another point. What was that? Oh yeah, so then after the inspection, the lender then calls an agency who then gets an appraiser to come out and do the appraisal of the property. So the difference between an appraisal and a CMA is kind of a lot, sort of. So when we as realtors give the value of a property to a property owner, right? And we say, well, we think based on the comps in the area, that means homes that are a lot like yours that recently sold in your neighborhood, this is what we think you could list your house at or what it might be, might be worth. But then the appraiser comes in and that can be a different number. So we've had properties appraised really close to listing price. We've had appraisers appraise at listing price. We've had appraisers appraise at way over listing price. I've had one that I was on the buy side. That appraiser appraised the property for $15,000 less than the listing agent listed that property for. And the funny thing is, just because that one appraiser listed or appraised it for that value doesn't mean that all the appraisers would list it at that value. Another appraiser could come in and give it a completely different value. So that's just the way it is. I can't explain why, but it is. So you'll never get the same appraisal from two different appraisers. It's just not going to happen. So we hope, that especially as a listing agent, you hope that appraisal comes in, right? You hope that you were that good that when you listed that house, that you were within, $5,000 is usually acceptable of the appraisal amount. So so the lender gets the appraisal done, he or she comes back with the appraised value, and then hopefully we move forward from there. And sometimes that's another negotiating aspect is the inspection, and then the appraisal can also be those two things. So hopefully with this one, it appraises and we're happy with, the sellers are happy with whatever my buyers want to get fixed in the house, if anything. And everything is smooth sailing from there on out. That'd be so awesome. No two deals are ever the same, you guys, so you just can't ever anticipate what's going to happen. You just got to hold on, hang tight, and just hope for the best. That everybody does their job on time, that the contractors show up when they're supposed to, get any work done that they're supposed to get done on time, that those phone calls are made on time, that the lending goes through on time, that title's doing their job on time, that both realtors are doing their job and communicating on time. So it's a huge group effort. There's so many different people all playing their different parts, and it can be this really harmonious, melodic dance, and everybody's playing their part and everything's moving along just fine. And sometimes it can be just, one person, can cause a whole domino effect and cause the whole thing to just go crazy. And any realtor who's been in this business long enough knows that, every case is different. So I totally went off on a tangent with that. Sorry, you guys, didn't mean to go that far south. But my point is, no two deals are ever the same, right? Ever. So there's your info on the home inspection and what you're going to pay for that. So you guys keep that in mind when you're applying for a loan and you're getting your funds together to put towards a down payment or your loan or whatever. And I want you guys to consider your upfront costs and fees. Oh yes, and the appraisal. You have to pay for the appraisal also. So keep that in mind as well. So if you guys have any more questions, I've got to run, but let me know. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. Well, not anytime, please. I know I'm up till midnight, but don't reach out to me at midnight, okay? Because my brain shut off at that point, or I'm working on other stuff. But during normal human waking hours, shoot me a text, call me, message me on Facebook Instant Messenger, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Don't do Snapchat because I don't do enough Snapchat. I won't check it for like weeks, so don't ever use Snapchat for me if you want to get a hold of me. All right, you guys, well, I'm off. I hope you guys have an awesome evening, and you take care, and I will be talking to you again soon. All right, peace. Bye.